How y'all doing out there, America, the world? We're here with another episode of the Put to Bed podcast. You feel
Hey,
me?
yeah, me and bro back again with another one. I don't know what was going on with that finger in the beginning. I was trying to do something. It was like slow. So yeah, we back with another one.
Back with
Put to
another
bed
one.
podcast. Yeah. 4 topics for y'all tonight.
Another 4 topics for y'all, man. Yeah. You want to jump right
Yeah,
into it?
yeah. Let's jump into it, bro. Let's jump. I mean, the person we about to talk about jumped into it, so we might as well.
Nah, bullshit. So our first topic of the evening is the updates on the Diddy case and what he got
Mhm.
going on, and just seeing what I seen. Just want to talk about it, and it just we ain't gonna go back into everything
Nah.
else and all of that. Y'all already know it. Y'all know what's going on. If you don't know
Yeah,
what's
dude.
going on, you can easily find out what's going on. But just
Everybody.
on the case that I seen that the testimony and her
Mhm.
just saying her you feel me her I'm gonna say allegations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say her allegations in her testimony of what she said that transpired with her, and that's crazy though. I mean, just like, first of all, I mean, I don't think a person would lie about no information
Mm-mm.
like that. You never know, but I don't personally think somebody would lie. Like I said, it's
Nah.
a lot. You feel me? It's a lot
So
that she
hot.
said that she went through personally, and that transpired
Hmm.
around her and in her situation. And
Yeah.
that and if it do hold true, you feel me? Like justice still be done and taking
Yeah.
it and held accordingly if that's the situation. But other than that, though,
Hmm.
I mean, my biggest thing, my biggest takeaway from it was when I was reading all that, because the only thing, like, pretty much honestly, the only thing I've been seeing in the case unfolding is stuff with like the Cassie situation, the footage
Okay.
of him, beating her up and stuff like that. That's what
Right.
ultimately, made him come swarm on him. But a lot of other than other than him being a freaky ass nigga and just been having a lot of baby oil and all that type, like, and
Bruh.
partying crazy. I don't see how the charges
They gonna stick.
that they putting on him match up to the evidence that they got. Now it's not when dealing with the feds, though, you never know. Like, they probably ain't
Yeah.
even saying everything that they know. I
Right.
doubt that they are revealing their whole hand just in the case of the situation. But
Hmm.
eventually, it's all gonna have to come out in court and in trial. You
Everything
mean
gonna come out.
legally, everything gonna have to come out. So, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything really significant. I mean, not saying it's not significant. All that stuff with Cassie is
Yeah,
very significant. It's crazy.
it is.
But just in the terms of what he's being charged with, I feel like it's more of a domestic case than
Yeah.
a if that's the in abuse, like, those type of charges should be on him
Separated
in that, yeah,
from.
in that type of aspect, because they got him on there for like human trafficking, and they ain't nobody, they haven't
Yeah.
put uncovered any evidence of him, like,
Like
trafficking
actually
women.
sex traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sex trafficking and trafficking women
Hmm.
and trafficking males, or whatever you're doing. That's Diddy, and
Hmm.
you never know. But yeah, and
Hmm.
they don't have any. They haven't unfolded any evidence of him doing that, other than in the evidence that they can unfold. Every rapper in the gang guilty of that, like
I
flying females
mean,
out, flying females here, flying females there. Like, they all, I ain't
yeah.
gonna say they all, but a lot of them do that. Like, then they're all of them.
Majority.
Yeah. So yeah, majority. And if you going on your own will to, when somebody say to a location, when somebody say they're trying to fly you out, that can't be. Even if y'all are having sex, that ain't that ain't sex trafficking. That's trafficking for sex. You hear
That's being flown
me?
out. I mean, it's a difference. It's definitely a difference. When you being flown out, you know the intent. You know what you
You
either
know what's
going to
going on.
shop,
Yeah.
shop, get a little cash, shake a little ass, do some strange for some change. You know what you're doing.
You know what's going on. You
Yeah,
know what's going on in the situation. So,
yeah,
I feel like that was my whole take on it, just as far as in the Diddy situation. Because, I
yeah.
mean, it's hella evidence of him being freaky, of him being overly aggressive on it. I've
Cash.
seen
Hmm.
footage myself of him being overly aggressive towards male individuals, like, towards that. So I know Diddy freaky. I done seen him. You hear me? But as far as on a lot of the criminal charges, I don't know. I mean, I ain't saying that it's true or untrue, but I'm just saying is that they that's just the new developments. Everything that I seen
Yeah,
in the case wise is just being like more so hella evidence that what Cassie's saying could be true. And I don't, like I said, I don't feel like she got no reason to lie about it. But
I
other than
agree with
that,
you, bro, on that part. I do. I really do. Um, I agree with you on that part for sure. I don't think a person, let alone a woman, is going to lie about it. Like I read a story and it was saying she had a 4-day freak off, bro. 4-day freak off, right?
yeah,
So I had to look that shit up. Like freak off. You know, I know what it mean in my mind, but what is it? What does it mean to y'all? So it meant for them, for her, and specifically, like seriously, being drugged and having sex with multiple people for 4 days
yeah,
and been in and out, like I'm here but I'm not. So that's
yeah,
a
that's
lot to
crazy.
be right. That's a lot to be like on the stand saying or even coming out with it before it even got to this point. She said something before that. So and everybody was saying she got to pay off or whatever. But as a woman who is now a mother, a wife, that moved on with her life, that's a lot. That's a hard pill to swallow. Like if you
Yeah,
just saying it
absolutely.
for what? For just because? It's some truth to that for sure. Now, like you said, Diddy freaky as a motherfucker. Diddy freaky as a motherfucker. Nobody should have that much damn bottles, baby oil, any kind of oils, unless you cooking, unless you a chef in this bitch. Like you shouldn't have that many oils in
Yeah,
your damn
no,
house. You know what
no,
I'm saying?
not baby oils. Ain't it?
Not baby oils.
One bottle
Like
of baby oil lasts me like 5 years.
yeah, exactly, bro. Like you ain't got that many babies. All your kids is big as a bitch. Like nah, we good. You don't need that much oil. Why you need it? I
Why
know.
you need that much oil? It's
Why
definitely
you need it? But like
yeah, what's
that
going
that alone, and then it only takes one person for somebody to say alleged this happened, and then it come in all sides, men, women, whatever. And I feel
on.
like even if some of it ain't true, a lot of it is because of not
Yeah,
because of the people coming in, but because we all know. Now, since I've been a teenager, Diddy been freaky as hell since I've been a teenager. Like, not even mean to say that shit like I knew that nigga. Like, but he been freaky. You know what I'm saying? You heard about Diddy freakapades,
yeah,
sexapades. Since I was a teenager, I've been hearing this, and I'm like, okay. And then I'm over the songs, Bad Boy, take that. And then now, as a grown ass woman, you saying, oh, you getting charged for all the stuff they said they said you did when I was a kid. So you did something. Now you may not did it all, but you did
yeah.
something.
Diddy
Now
need
I
to be
do,
running around with his suit too
yeah.
tight to be not doing something.
Right. And I
It
feel
was
like this. I feel like this, bro. Like a public service announcement. If you like it and you want to do it, don't stop hiding that shit for real. And I mean men and
yeah,
women. If y'all like y'all the same sex, stop hiding that shit for real. Do what you do.
yeah,
I mean, if you feel like you scared of being judged, take that up with your creator,
yeah,
not with anybody else. Seriously, because it got to stop. If you like both, you
yeah.
like both. But you just put that shit out there. But I do think it's some
People
truth to
definitely need
it.
to
I
to
do. I
learn
don't
to be
think
true
it's
to themselves.
right. Be true with yourself. Say that one more time, bro.
I said people definitely not need to learn to be true with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like you were saying,
100% at all times. You should be true to yourself. I don't think that his daughters should have been there. Now that's one thing I don't agree with
yeah,
because I seen like a little take on they leaving the courthouse, all three hand in hand, and I love the support they give each other. They live
yeah,
like they look like they came from the same mother in the face a little bit, but as their mother who's no longer here, they should have never been in that courtroom. Period. None at all. Um, not you learn a lot about your damn daddy, a lot about what he likes and what he likes, because it didn't seem like he had no dislikes in this bitch. So he likes, and then you also start to think about stuff with your mom. So I think it could be a trigger for some trauma that they've already experienced and maybe got a little past, but like it's some triggers with that. So
Well, they
it's
had
supposed
them
to
in
be
the
bad for
courtroom though.
me.
They was there on their own will, or they just
Yeah,
went to court.
because they still teenagers,
Yeah, you saying they was
if
there
I
on their own
believe.
will?
Yeah, huh?
They was there on their own will. They just can't. They just
I think they came
came.
to support their dad. Like
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
mean, they came to support their dad, but they heard some of the stories and they left the courtroom together, all
Yeah,
three of them. So the two twins and then the one that he got with somebody else. I don't know her name, but she cute though. But yeah.
yeah.
So they left all together, holding hands in solidarity, and probably a little disgusted. I was think. I would never want to hear about what my daddy doing in the bedroom in no damn court, let alone hear it, let alone in the courthouse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, and then not
yeah,
only in the right, not even on the courthouse. We talking about social media. We talking about reporters and that bitch. We talking about a lot of people knowing your daddy's story, and yeah, that's just too much for
yeah.
kids to me. So yeah, it's put to bed for me. But I think old dude did some freaky shit. He being charged with a lot of stuff though, like racketeering. What else?
Yeah, he
Sex
been charged.
trafficking.
He's been charged with
Yeah,
racketeering. He's been with a charge with sex trafficking. He's been
a
charged.
lot, a
It was like
lot.
four different charges.
Yeah.
Four different charges that he's been charged.
Now, sex trafficking can come into the category of drugging people beyond their their reason of consent. Like if you ain't able to consent, that could hit them. That could
Yeah,
because if you're drugging me to a point where I'm not saying okay I can do this or okay I want to do this, that's rape in a sense. It's rape.
yeah,
So that could be something he dealing with maybe.
yeah, yeah. Now
You know.
those, yeah, like the charges that can be brought up with him and with stuff that Cassie's saying that in that situation, yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
I think it's the same as a lot of, like I said, he getting charged with racketeering. He been charged
Right.
with sex trafficking. He been charged with some traveling charge with like not even just
Like
sex trafficking, but
expediting.
yeah, type of situation.
Mm.
He been charged like for like I can't remember the other charges that he been charged with, but he
It's
been
a
charged with
lot.
a few different yeah a few different charges.
And he has a couple sexual lawsuits too. So people coming out the woodworks for real. But
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, Cassie is currently pregnant or
I
just
don't
had a
know.
baby. Because I remember either at the end of last month or beginning of this month, they announced her third baby.
Hmm.
So she either pregnant right now or she just had the baby. But um, I mean, ain't no woman going up on a stand, going through all that, and if they just had a baby or pregnant, that's a lot of emotion. So
Yeah.
that I mean,
Like,
she ain't lying.
yeah. And then you gotta say it knowing that your husband that you with now is gone.
Right.
So I don't think she'll lie about it.
No, you caught that video of him leaving the courthouse?
No.
Oh, I
I
caught the
didn't see
video
a
of
lot
the
of
husband
I
leaving.
didn't see a lot of videos on it. I just
Yeah.
specifically seen like something seen the stuff with Cassie and I was like, damn, that's crazy. And I was like, damn, let me go see what he been charged with for doing all of
Right.
that. And then when I looked at the charges, it was like, oh, these charges it's crazy. But they don't match up to what I just heard about what he did to
Her
her.
say.
That was
Hmm.
that's what you mean, that's what kind of sparked me to look.
Yeah.
Damn. I
I
wonder
seen
what they
her.
got
Yeah,
or
they
I wonder
say.
what's really going on or in his situation.
Right. They had a video of him leaving the courthouse and he was just looking like, what the? My baby went through all this.
Yeah, I know that's
Not my
yeah.
baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he been like, I mean, I think Diddy been a freak. He been abusive in a sense of controlling and um possibly physical. Cause I seen that video, and he leave my mind.
Oh
It may
yeah,
have came
well
out a
yeah,
year ago.
yeah. Yeah, definitely physical.
Yeah, he got
Possibly
a vase
could.
or something. He about to chuck that shit. I'm like, bro, what you doing? You in a hotel?
Definitely
So
was
yeah,
getting
that ain't
physical.
leading me. Yeah, he was reckless. So you can do that in a hotel and cameras watching. I can imagine what y'all doing behind closed doors, but it's the best for me.
Facts,
All
facts. Yeah, yeah. It put the bed for me too, though.
right, broski. So we
All right,
moving on. So
you
the
know.
second topic we had was so I watched this show. Me and moms watched this show, right? And you can
Yeah.
ask her about it. She bring it up a lot. She just brought it up when I visited her today. But it's called Caught in the Act. And it's Tammy Roman show.
Okay.
But I don't know if anybody else like my age or bro age or some of our age who remember cheaters too. It's kind of like that kind of thing. Like I'm running up, like I'm filming y'all getting caught cheating.
Mm.
And my question was like on calling the act is they got people going in their houses, putting cameras in the house. Like say so like for example, I stay with my dude and he think I'm cheating on him. They come
Hmm.
in, he gives them permission to come in my house and put in our house and put cameras up. So whatever I do in this bitch, I mean in my house, they see. So it's people on there getting caught like doing videos of themselves doing some stuff to send to the other chick. It's videos of people in there actually having sex in they same bed. Like it get grimy.
Right.
So right, it get grimy. So my question to bro was, in a relationship, was that something you would do, or would you just like kind of like how would you handle? Would you go on the show
Would I
basically?
go on the show like that? No,
Yeah,
absolutely. Nah,
that was quick
it
as a
ain't that.
bitch.
Nah, it ain't that. It ain't that. It ain't that deep for me. I mean, it's that deep as
Right.
far as the betrayal and the disloyalty of it. But for me
Yeah.
to go to want to find out, to search for it that deep, no, it ain't that deep for me. If it's meant to see, it's gonna pop up.
Yeah, it's true.
It's gonna eventually. You're gonna eventually see it. You're gonna eventually see the signs. You're gonna eventually see what you need to see.
That
I
is
mean,
true.
but I ain't finna. I'm not finna go on TV and do that and do all of that. Depending on how many bands they pay me. Now, if they paying me bands to do so,
Do they
and I
pay
can
you?
uncover a little information in the process of getting this compensation, I might be down
I
with
might do it.
participation. You hear me?
Do they
That
pay you?
might
I wonder. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. That might compromise my situation though. In my
That might make me think about some things. That might make me think about what route to take, because I'm like you said, I'm hitting two birds with one stone
oh
type
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But I do believe whatever, like we've all heard this at least one time in one saying, whatever happens in the dark
Come to the light.
comes to the light.
Yeah,
So I don't need to do all that. Like I
that's
really
exactly
feel
it.
like,
Exactly.
you putting yourself on blast in a sense. Like this
Yeah,
show is on MTV. First off, so we already know how many viewers I got.
yeah.
Tammy Roman is the executive producer and host, and it's drama, so it's making money. It's making some money, so it's gonna bring in some revenue. So we don't need to do no extra for that. But I wouldn't go on there, not at all, because I feel like I ain't blasting myself. I ain't blasting my man. I mean, and I ain't doing all that. Mm-mm.
No,
But
that's doing too much. It is doing
like,
too much to,
yeah. And then you get two choices on her show. You get two choices on her show. You get choices of to either confront the person. So after they get caught, and you sitting there boohooing and crying, and then the doctor come in. There's a doctor there, so that's a good thing. To help you process. And he say, what you want to do? And you either get a choice to team up with the other person and
Mhm.
confront that person together. Because but the thing is, I see your face, bro. But what if that person don't know? What if he playing both of y'all? So they say like they give you a chance to team up, or yeah, you confront them both. So it get real,
So it
real.
give you so hold on. So every time they catch somebody actually cheating, they give
Yeah.
them those two options.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. What
Every
do a lot of
single
people be?
time,
What
every
do a lot
single
of people
time they,
choose? On?
huh?
What do a lot of people choose?
A lot of people choose to confront them both.
Both at the same time.
At the same time. But it depends on the situation. Like it was one couple on there, it was like the Asian tradition type of thing. So they both felt the way because like, bro, you supposed to be in their minds, like in they not even minds, in their culture, you're my sister. Regardless if we sisters or not, like you're my sister in my who we are, whatever. They was dang, Laos, I think. But
Oh yeah.
together we come from the same. They came from the same place in their town, all that, and in their
Mm.
country, all that. So like, um, we're sisters, like you know what I'm saying. So they felt hurt in a sense. So they teamed up against him versus people who like, oh no, y'all been doing this for a minute. Like one was that's my best friend, and they really
Damn.
fucking in your room. I mean,
Dang.
fuck me in a room and it's on camera because now they got the cameras and they got permission. So they got y'all going upstairs together. Come on. And they holding hands and all that type of stuff. So that one, she wanted to confront both of them. Yeah, in my house.
Yeah.
So it get real quick.
Oh yeah. I
And
bet.
they don't show fighting like
That's
that
like cheaters.
because
That's like cheaters used to. They
it's
used to
like
get
cheaters.
active on cheaters.
It get active. But the thing is, bro, unless you bring that up, cheaters was more active, bro. And that was
I
what,
bet.
90s?
Yeah, that was the '90s. I was like, I don't know. Was that the '90s or was that the
That was the
2000s?
90s. It was 90s. It was maybe 90s, early 2002, but they was scrapping on there.
Yeah,
This they
Cheaters
may
was around for a
show
minute though too, because Cheaters was around like
like 10, 12 years.
yeah, 10, yeah, it had to be around. It
I
was
watched
around.
it.
It was around in the 20 in the 20 2013 2014.
Yeah. And remember, like I don't know
It's
if
been
you remember,
around for a
like
minute.
it been around for a minute. Like it, then the only thing that changed was the time slots. At
Okay.
one point, it was like, oh, it came on after Apollo. So you watched Apollo, you watched Soul Train, then you watch that shit. But like, yeah, it's like that. But it get active, but it don't. Like they'll show a clip of this, but then they don't show the fight. So it's
Okay.
less violence because it's violent, but they don't show it.
Yeah, damn
But
sure. Okay.
it's I wouldn't go on there, bro. Wouldn't go on there. It's put to bed for us, but
Pretty
yeah,
much.
because I ain't doing all that. First off, you
No.
got people watching you, and you ain't even just got the viewers on that one show. It's gonna people talk about it, and it's gonna somebody else. Word of mouth is a lot.
Yeah, word of mouth is a lot. Yeah, word of mouth.
So yeah. So
Sound
that was
interesting, but
simple for us,
I wouldn't.
right?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That was simple for us. So moving on to threats.
Yeah,
No,
the third topic.
yeah, third topic.
Another
Bro,
case.
one. Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Because I
Another
wanted to
case
know
I've
where
been
you was
on.
going with it.
As I was scrolling. You feel me?
Yeah.
Was the Tory Lanez case, the Tory Lanez situation and what he got going on. And I seen two different things. Like, of course we all seen him that he
Uh
had got
huh.
signed. And then
Yeah.
I had seen right after that recently the one of the bodyguards, the bodyguard of Megan friend, Kelsey, bodyguard of Kelsey, her
Mhm.
old bodyguard, came out and said that he overheard her talking about it, how she was the one that shot Megan and all that type of
Which
stuff.
one?
Which
Kelsey?
bodyguard?
No,
Yeah,
which
Kelsey.
person said
Yeah,
that?
he said that he overheard Kelsey saying.
Uh. Is that the one? So is this the one who didn't show up to court?
I'm not sure. I know. I
Because
mean,
one they couldn't find.
that was Megan. That was Megan friend. So the one that was with them.
Okay. No, I know that one. I'm talking about the one, the bodyguard. Not the one who didn't show up to court because they couldn't find one to say that, like at all.
I didn't know that.
Like he was
Yeah, I mean, I
nowhere
don't
to be
know. I don't know.
found.
That could be Buddy. That sounds
Yeah.
about right. But no, I'm not sure.
Yeah, they couldn't find one at all. He was nowhere to be found. He didn't testify. I don't think he testified. They couldn't find him.
Dang,
So the last I heard, hmm. So you want my thoughts first?
that's an interesting topic. I mean,
I
that's an
want you to
interesting
look at that. Yeah,
case too, though. That's crazy. But now, what was you gonna say?
we need to look that up. But
Yeah,
just
that's just
moving
something
on.
interesting. Like, why Buddy ain't cut you? I mean,
Because
the case is already. I mean, I can't say whether
that was before he
what
was convicted, though.
yeah,
That
and
was
I can't
that
say what
case.
transpired in the situation, but I
Yeah,
do have other opinions on the situation on a deeper
of
aspect of
course.
it. I can't, but there's just more so in the realm of theory type
Yeah,
situation. But yeah, yeah, I'm not sure I ain't really be keeping up with the actual like case that's
yeah.
going on. I try to stay away from a lot of stuff unless I have to see it
Unless you have to see it. Yeah.
to talk about it and be able to discuss
Hmm.
it and be able to have a
So
standpoint
you're
on
not
it.
biased.
Yeah, so I'm not biased.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because if you already looking at it, read like whatever. Now this topic, I'm a little biased. That's why I brought that up. I'm a little biased because I'm a diehard, and I mean diehard Megan
Megan
fan.
fan.
Period.
Yeah,
Yes, I've been her friend since she came out with Beyond Free, and yeah, I've been her friend. I've been a fan. I
we
love
know
her.
it.
Yes, I love her. I've been to two concerts. Look, I've been to two concerts already, and I traveled to Chicago to go to one. So yeah, it's real big out here with the
Yeah.
with the fan, and it's not because now I'm a granted. I love men, but she's sexy as hell. She can do them knees, and then also it's really the words. I'm a person who listens to the words of rap. My brother raps, so I have to listen to the words, not just the beat. And her words to me is a more a person who empower a woman who likes to empower other women. She do
Yeah.
that. Like I can
Yeah,
listen to her. I listen
she
to
be talking that
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I can listen
Definitely
to
be
a
talking
song and
that
I'll be
shit.
like. I can have a hard day in the morning, like be like in a badass mood. And one of the songs come on, and I'm rolling up to work like, man, fuck these hoes, they can't do nothing to me. But y'all don't see me, like she make you feel yourself, you know what I'm saying, and feel
Yeah.
confident in that, and I respect it. Period. Like, Lil Kim did it. She ain't the only one, cause I was Lil Kim did it, Nicki did it, and Nicki did it too, but she was a hater at the same time sometimes. But she did it.
Yeah, yeah. In her
Um,
musically, she did it, but in her emotions,
yeah, but she in her personal, she was a hater with it.
yeah,
But Eve did it. It's a lot of rap. Queen Latifah, all of them did it to promote other women, and I think that's how you
yeah.
start because y'all need to band together most of the time, then go apart. But like, I'm a Die Hard fan, so
Yeah.
when I found out, little bro, got stabbed, I thought it was a ploy. I thought it was a I need to get back in the media. Honestly, I'm be real. I
Yeah.
did. I ain't seen no proof. I ain't seen no pictures. I ain't seen no damn. I need to see something because
I mean, I
word of
don't
mouth
think
don't
the
mean
news
nothing
ain't
to
gonna put it
me.
on the news
I
ain't gonna
get
put
it.
it out there if it didn't happen.
I get it. But but like I'm saying like like as a
Well, I
fan or
ain't,
who
no, let
you
me
know what
not
I'm
say
saying.
that. If I'm, I ain't think about what I just. I
I'm
don't believe
waiting for
that at
you.
all.
I'm
I don't
waiting.
think the news will put something out there because it ain't true. I don't think the news.
Yeah, because of the situation.
But
You're
in this
right.
situation, I don't think
Yeah,
that he can't pay them to
to promote.
to say yeah to help him out right now.
I mean, he had an album to drop not too long ago. I ain't saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it happened as many times. They saying he got stabbed a lot of times, like a
Yeah,
lot.
like 14
And
times.
if I got stabbed that many times, the last thing I'm gonna do is go on. You might have people to do it too, but the last thing I'm gonna think about is go on social media and tell everybody. Um, I got stabbed this many times and I'm doing okay. Whatever. I feel like social media runs the world sometimes and people instantly like lay off that and maybe be more human because it make you
Yeah.
look like you phony.
I mean, that could have been. I mean, that could have been his. His team, his
Well,
PR,
yeah,
his
absolutely.
that posted that 9 times out of 10 that posted that, and they could, like you said, it could be some sympathy bait to be able to get people to draw into to because he
Right.
do still got the case going on. Some sympathy,
Hmm.
even if it did, like when it happened, they could be using it for like I said, sympathy bait in this case to get people to be like, okay, let's rally up to get him out, or
Right.
just to rally people. Yeah, I feel that could be something he did, but at the
A
same time,
ploy.
yeah,
Yeah. It could be either or. It really can. Like nobody knows. It's just more of I, I don't know. When you living in the world of social media, if you say something, I'm gonna need something to be shown for people to be like, oh damn. If you want that, like if you want that, even if it's not your intent, if you want that sympathy look, if you want that victim mentality or whatever, if you want that, then you need to bring that to the table because otherwise it just look like another ploy that
yeah.
you ain't the only one
And he
who
ain't
did
in the
it.
situation to like film it. He in jail. He can't.
Listen,
He
I
ain't got
bet
no
you.
phone to be
Listen,
able to.
they be having. I a friend of mine just told me, yeah, I talked to my man the other day. He was on the
I mean,
iPad.
yeah. Even if he got the phone, though, he can't post the pics. Then they
No,
know
he
he
can't
got the
post a
phone because
pic.
he might have the phone, but he ain't supposed to have the phone.
What the hell that pic at? I bet they supposed to picture his damn head had cut off back here. He can post one if he wants. If he want to, no. Let me stop being biased. It could have happened, but I'm just saying, in the world of social media, if you want people to believe it a little bit more, especially y'all fighting against each other, it ain't like, it's a fight. It's a fight. So I'm gonna bring something to the table. I'm gonna want people out there to believe my story. I'm gonna have to bring something to the table. But I ain't saying old buddy didn't get get hemmed up or nothing. He ain't got
I don't
stabbed
know. I
once,
think
once
he
or
did
twice.
though. I don't feel like that many sites ain't gonna promote it, and the news ain't gonna broadcast it.
Yeah,
If it
something happened.
off of false information, off of him
Right.
saying it happened or nothing like that. That's something that they got medical records of. Like they
Yeah.
got a situation like that. He had to leave the prison to go to an actual hospital type shit.
Right. 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 Right.
That must be
Something definitely happened.
messed up. Yeah.
Yeah. Something
Now, but
definitely happened.
the bigger question is why though? Like, because I heard the album too, and the album was pressure to me. I ain't gonna lie, I like this album. I like Tory. I always
I'm gonna
like
say
Tory
this
Lanez
last
music. I'm a fan of
thing.
Mega music too, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely a fan of Tory Lanez. I'm a fan of both of their music.
I like his old stuff, like when he first came out. I like that. I never really listened to none of the new stuff. I'm just being real.
I ain't gonna lie,
Um,
I like him. I like rapping Tory Lanez more
there's
than
more
other.
to
I mean,
sing
not
is
saying more than I
Orleans.
like, but yeah, I like rapping Tory Lanez more than other.
I just feel like if it happened, I really wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody. But in the world we living in nowadays, you really gotta kind of change the narrative. If you want to change the narrative, you gotta show something to do that. And it just, otherwise to me, on the outside looking in, just be looking like, okay, what's next for one of y'all? I ain't saying you in particular. I'm saying for somebody, one of y'all, because somebody can come with something next.
Do you think that with him getting stabbed, with that coming out,
Hmm.
and with the bodyguard coming out saying, what he saying that he heard saying that she did it,
Hmm.
would you think that that would be enough impact though in the court system to be able to get him back in there for them to to be able to use and file a motion on his case behalf?
It
Because it's
could. It really
possible.
could. It could, depending on who his lawyer is. It could, because there's some doubt there. There's some doubt. So, but the thing is, if that would have came up in the first trial, he probably wouldn't be much in the situation, because there would have been some doubt, because that person never showed up, or they couldn't find him, and then Kelsey was lying a lot.
Yeah.
Like, she lied or said, what's the statement? No comment or something like that, to that extent. Like, I
Yeah,
ain't saying
pleading
nothing.
the fifth.
So yeah. But
I mean, it wasn't like even in his case, like they didn't. It was almost no hearsay. It's just it's a lot. It's similar to
yeah,
the
it
Diddy
is.
thing.
It was.
It's all
It was
hearsay.
one. It was a couple videos, but it was more like the videos in the the sky type of stuff. But they saw her walking backwards and with her hands up or whatever. But
Mhm.
the shooting part, of course, nobody can see that part.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I just feel like they was friends. They fucked around. Then our friend was fucking with them too, and some shit popped off. I really do think that something popped off. I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
who did the popping
Who did
off,
what?
but
Yeah, who did what
yeah,
in the
yeah.
popping off? But yeah, that's what I feel like
But
happened
something
before.
happened to a point where, but whatever it is, somebody got paid off and say not to say nothing,
Oh
because they
yeah,
wouldn't.
facts. Or somebody being or that's it. I feel like I ain't gonna lie. To be totally honest on my situation of it, I feel like I don't know what happened, and I'm not saying
Right.
whatever happened didn't happen, whether who did what in the
Yeah.
situation. But I
Hmm.
feel like it's a bigger situation behind it. Though. I feel like he may have been set up to be in that type of situation. Like somebody, like I said, somebody might have got paid off to
Yeah. We talking
because
about
Tory
Illuminati.
Lanez was like, the industry definitely, I don't trust the music industry, period.
It's
The music
dirty.
industry definitely crooked and
It's
crazy, and
dirty.
it's its own dirty world,
Hmm.
and its own demonic grounds
Yep.
that it operate on in itself. And Tory
Hmm.
Lanez was the reason why I messed with his music as well. Though. Like he was big on building independence for artists. Like
Right.
he came out with an album that was a
Yeah, he did good too.
NFT and marketed it and sold it like that. I think he made like 1 million in like
Yeah, he did good.
minutes.
Hmm.
Like he made millions in minutes, and then he gave away the sauce and told other artists how to do that, how to mimic the same thing and
Yeah.
other things in motion and in cahoots with being able to make your own money as an independent artist, and why these record labels ain't this and why these record labels ain't that, and
Right.
why it's the move for you to be for artists to be going to if you can be hustling and make your own music and do that. Like, he was really inspiring that. They don't like that type of talk. They don't like that type of stuff being put out there at
No
all. And he
secrets
was
being
already in
spilled.
a situation where he was moving on some as like some independent artist type
Hmm.
anyway. So
Yeah,
I feel like he might have been
a target.
conspired against, like sent, like I mean, however it may be, and somebody might have been like, do this, and just to put him in a situation. But
Hmm.
as a human being, as a man, you got to be able to, well, no matter if you was manipulated or if you was tricked into it or if you was walked
Yeah,
into it, you still whatever actions that you do and to handle in that situation, those are still your own actions because
your actions.
I could try to persuade you to do this or persuade you or come in your life and wreak my own little havoc or poke you
Yeah,
and provoke you in any kind of way. But the way you respond is ultimately your own decision and
absolutely.
your own decision and how you and the consequences that fall on it. But at the same
Hmm.
time, like I do feel like the industry may have had a hand in a lot of his case, and that's just my that's
No,
just
I
on a
get
more
you.
so
I
on the
get
type of
you.
grounds I be operating on and looking at it too. Like I always look at it from a deeper aspect of
Hmm.
what may because I don't know now if it was like okay they didn't got fingerprints on the gun and this and that and this and
Right.
that, it's like okay they find when you shoot, the fire, the recoil, and all that type of stuff, even the bullet and all that type of
Like the
stuff,
gunpowder.
it leave like a substance of dust on you
Hmm.
if you within close proximity. They didn't bring none of that type of stuff up in the code as far as like actual forensic evidence. Like
They ain't have it.
they didn't have none of that.
Mm-mm.
So however that transpired in the situation, all three of them sound like they was already in close proximity because they in the wit, getting
Yeah.
out of wit, fighting and tussling and whatever.
Right.
So they all within close proximity. Well, like the gunpowder residue? If this
And like
if
it, somebody fired
nothing,
a weapon. Honestly,
yeah,
somebody fired a weapon. Yeah.
somebody fired a weapon. And where is the gun? Y'all didn't get no gunpowder residue of nobody clothing of nobody. If all of this stuff happened
Yes.
instantaneously and there was people on the scene, like, where are these forensic? Where are these science-driven forensic evidence
Right.
truth set in this situation? So it's a lot of stuff that I look at that like like they're just the norm in a criminal case.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, no matter if it's a celebrity or not, like I treat every case when I hear somebody been charged with this or charged with that. Like
Right.
even in a Diddy situation, it's like, okay, I hear that and I hear the stories, I hear that, I hear everything, but like,
But you
okay,
gotta look at the outside.
where's the evidence that can actually make him guilty of this
Mm-hmm.
in a room full of his when the room full of his fellow human beings when he
Right.
got juries
It's
against him and they
peers.
got need facts to say he did this besides just the stories
Yeah.
of it or the situation of it because like I said like I mean the industry done took down a lot of our grace
Absolutely.
they didn't took out a lot of our grace legally they didn't took out or through the
Yes.
legal system or through killing them through
Mm-hmm.
I mean just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting them against each other like
Yeah.
it's been a lot of poison in them you mean
Tupac Biggie.
it's been a lot of our
We
brothers
lost a
that
lot
been
of
and
greats.
sisters they've been degraded and took off their godly
Mm-hmm.
pedestal that they should be on for the sake of
Hmm.
for the music sake of for the sake of the industry to be
Right.
honest
Basically, to be a part
or
of
the
it.
sake of speaking out against it.
Right. Yeah. Speaking out against it is, I think, a danger, more dangerous than. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean everybody that spoke out against it. Look, you think about Pop, you
Yeah.
think about Easy E, you think about Nipsey, you think about even the Tory Lane situation. Like you
Think
think
about
about any
Kanye.
Kanye, you think about anybody
Seriously.
who came out and speak against it. They either get
Yeah.
it or even shoot, we can go to Prince, Michael
Prince.
Jackson,
There's a target on
Whitney
your back.
Houston,
Yep.
all of them. Like you think about
Yeah.
any people that ever spoke out against the industry or had too much influence and had too much going on and was speaking about too much independence and too
Anything.
much this and too much revolution or too much change. Like
Yeah.
they all was either killed, painted as crazy, locked
Yep.
up, accused of some kind of sexual charges or sexual it start with they try to tear down their image in every kind of way that they can.
Any kind of way.
It start off with the gay allegations or the
Yep.
sex allegations or the pedophile allegations or
Kids.
and then
Hmm.
and then they get the criminal type of stuff that they can charge you with like it all
Yeah.
we've seen this process go with a lot of our, and
Absolutely.
it all ends. If they can't get you in none of them hands, they gonna try to kill you, or they gonna kill
Right.
you.
They gon'
So
or
we done seen it
and
unfold so many times. So it's like it'd be hard for me to at the same time like look at everything from on just a humanly level versus the spiritual level.
hmm
Sometimes that'd be more essence of how I just overall view shit and be like, okay, maybe this, I still gotta think about it like this because guilty or not, it could be all true, but
it right.
it could be all
False.
false at the same time, or it
Hmm.
could be all uh manipulated and by design and
To make us believe what the narrative that they want us, anybody wants us to believe, whatever that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Whatever narrative
exactly,
put out there is what people mostly believe anyway. Especially if you see it enough.
exactly.
And I mean, it's put to bed for me for sure. But like, I just want to say one thing: niggas in jail love Megan. Niggas is mad as a bitch.
Niggas love making period. Not just niggas in jail.
Like, can you imagine being like and you got that picture and this nigga down the hall like, oh, you nigga, like, not making a joke out of it, but like niggas is bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you the one reason why I can't. Yeah. So
No, for real.
I mean,
He could have
it's
spoke that. He
many
could have
reasons
spoke that
why.
into his own existence though.
Yeah.
Just off the because that music in his album, he was talking greasy on the album. He was talking
Mm.
real on the album. It was a lot of good music on the album at the same time. But he was talking about niggas getting poked up in the joint and this and that and having to keep a knife on you and this and that and all that stuff.
Also,
He was saying
he was,
he was
yeah,
talking a lot of them
yeah.
situations in the and you know like a lot
He's
of times I
listening.
done seen it in my own music where
Yeah.
you can speak things into your existence
Your existence. Yep.
through your music, like stuff that happened
Yep.
to me that I rapped about years ago, and then I go back and listen to it, or go back somebody else will tell me like, bro,
Mm.
oh, this over yourself when you said this and that and the third, like, oh dang, and it
Dang.
actually has coming back to
Mhm.
me in that form a couple of times. I'm like, so
Yeah.
it could have been that type of, it could have been that the energy
Right.
that brought that upon him. That you mean you never know.
Yeah. Exactly. You never know. And then,
Tupac,
but
Tupac was
you,
one of the ones that always rapped about getting killed and getting
right.
shot and death, and it could have also played a part into speaking things
It's taking
into
things
your
in existence.
existence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They all interconnected, but I guess we'll never really know the reason.
real. Yeah,
Because it's multiple reasons why it could have happened for real.
it
But
could have happened.
I
Yeah,
ain't saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I think some of the details a little shaky.
vague.
Which
Yeah, speaking of
all right,
something
bro.
being false or being all true information that we
Right.
receive on a regular basis, that kind of lead us into the last topic too, for real.
Yes, sir. The last topic is real serious, honestly. I'm gonna stop
It is.
smiling. Um, it's really serious. Like, dude. So I was asking, bro. Like, we get a lot of Amber Alerts and stuff well, anywhere. It's across the 50 states, so we all get them.
Mm-hmm.
And I be thinking sometimes I see them, but I don't see them enough for people who look like us. And I know for a fact that a lot of people in our city, our states, are missing. Of people of
Yeah,
color. Period. So I was asking, bro, like, do you believe that the Amber Alert is for us, and do you believe it worked for us? Because honestly, we ain't half the time we ain't even told. Everybody ain't told you missing,
yeah,
but if somebody else in like I don't know, let's just say I'm gonna make some shit up, Flatbush, Wisconsin or whatever, you off top, Flatbush, Wisconsin. Your name is I don't know, Michelle. You
yeah.
off top gonna be on there. Now, if you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and your name
That's
is
an interesting question.
regular, like regular, like just being, shoot, what's a regular name? I'ma say I don't know, cause Anna or some Latasha. You ain't
Yeah,
going on an Amber Alert as fast as or at all is that person. So my question is like, how many people are we missing in our community because it's not being used to our advantage that it should
mm.
be?
I
I
want to
think
look.
anyway.
I'm a.
So I can get
I
some
wanted to
facts on
Google
it.
that
Like,
real
so it's
quick.
in all 50 states. We use it. It started well, and by December 31st, 2024, this is the number of kids or children who have been successfully recovered since December.
Yeah.
1,268. That's it. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, we always talking about sex traffic. We always talking about how the girl we have many girls missing, and we see the pictures, we see the posters, and then whatever. How could that double the number if we did it for everybody and versus people who we feel like should be saved?
Yeah.
That was
I
just
mean,
my, just my question. Like, is it a bias or not? Is it bias or no? You know what I'm saying? I think it is.
it's definitely biased. Like I mean, I'm trying to look at the numbers now and see like how many
Yeah.
people are missing.
And then honestly,
But
I
I
was
don't even
gonna
think
ask
it's
you
wrong. They
also.
probably won't even tell me the truth on here. But it's women that go missing every day.
Every second,
For real.
for real. Yeah.
So
Like every second. Do you in the second part of that, do you believe that if that is so, if it's not being used to our advantage, do we need a second option? Do we need another line for us? You know what I'm saying? Not to be like discriminating, but because we're not being looked at or found or even like considered at sometimes, should there be a second option for people that look people of color, people who, different nationalities or whatever that look like?
I mean, I think we definitely need our own own system.
Absolutely.
And nobody. It's this saying. I'm trying to remember. Only we gonna save us, and that's what I
Mm,
was told from years after years. It was like 4 years straight, probably three, where I was
mm,
hearing that from this individual that was mentoring me in a sense
yeah.
in a situation that I was in, and that was the theme of his agenda. Like
Mm,
only we gonna save us, and it always stuck with me because it's true. Like
right.
we
It
can't
is.
expect, of course, life alert. None of that stuff. I mean, not life alert, but of course, the Amber Alert system ain't designed for us. Like nothing is designed for us. This ain't
I agree.
the hospital system ain't designed for us. Like the judicial system, with the police and all that. That's not designed for us. The laws are
School.
not designed for us. The schools are not designed for us. So, so I don't expect it to be designed for us.
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
at this point, we not. You shouldn't expect it. Don't expect it to be designed for
Yeah.
you in the aspect of it. You gotta. We always to be more so dependent on our own. We gotta depend on our own people to create our own system to
Our
keep
own
us
way.
to keep ourselves alive and keep ourselves well and keep our women and our children protected in our communities and
Right.
to thrive in our communities. We say this all the time. Like I'm big on that. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like, of course, because like you said, women go missing every second. Like
Every second. Or
that's
every
crazy.
minute.
I probably get an Amber Alert. We don't get Amber Alerts every day. We don't get Amber Alerts. If
No.
they were reporting how many women were actually going missing. We'll be getting Amber Alerts back to back to back all day.
That's back.
You would
It
have
wouldn't
to
stop.
silence it. Yeah, yeah. You have to silence it on your phone, like for
Yeah.
real, for real. So of course we know that they're not reporting everything for one on an Amber Alert,
Right.
and for two we know that everything we do see on there ain't us. Most of it
Yeah.
ain't us. So So of
And
course we know that's not it's not something that's designed for us. Like I said, ain't nothing really designed for us anyway. We gotta design our own
right.
things. We gotta keep our own. Just it's always been like that. We always had to keep our own safe. Are we
Mhm.
always doing it? No, that's my opinion on it. But it has that always been the case that's the only way we gonna get that protection. That's the only way we gonna be safe. That's the only way we gonna really
Mhm.
truly thrive as a people. And as a culture type shit together. Like yeah, we gotta protect ourselves. We gotta protect our
Mhm.
women. We gotta protect our children because those are the most
Right.
people going missing. Men ain't out here going missing like that. It happens, but it ain't
It
happening
happens.
nearly as much as women and children.
Women and children. Right. Exactly. I
Yeah.
like yeah, yeah, I agree with you, everything you said, bro. 100%. I feel the only thing I think is, like you said, our phone wouldn't stop going off. I know stipulations that go with it, like certain age and stuff like that, but it does seem biased because when I don't have Facebook, but I know plenty of people who do. I got certain platforms, and I see young girls in my city go missing like every day. So I don't see no alerts about that. I see it on social media or from people in my community who speak up for, like, there's people in the community who speak up for people. Like, they're
Yeah.
part of it. They talk for us. They got platforms. They say, hey, you see this missing her kid, blah blah blah. I see that on platforms like what I think his name's Tory Lowe, like he like a community
Oh yeah,
advocate
yeah,
type of
yeah. He
thing.
a community advocate.
Yeah. So I see those type of things, but I don't see it on my phone. Now, silver alert is different. That's any vulnerable, like disability or person
Yeah,
of age or older. That's across the board. We know what that's looking like, but we don't know what they're looking like for a Amber Alert. For me, I know they have stipulations, but I don't see a lot of people on there when I get the alert that look like me. Not saying it's gonna change my perspective, but I would love to see that a lot more.
yeah, exactly, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, I trust a little bit more in the silver alert because you get those, when somebody of age or disabled and they're missing and you looking out. I don't trust an Amber Alert to let me know that somebody in my community is missing. Period.
No, I don't.
You gonna let me know somebody missing, but they ain't,
It ain't
they ain't over
us.
here.
Yeah, facts, facts. But it's put to bed for me though.
Me too, bro. Me too, bro. But I thought it was a good, enlightenment of things. It might come up again in another topic later on, like just missing individuals, young ladies, men, whatever that looks like. Because even with men, we don't get that.
Yeah, we don't.
Not to put it on just women, we don't get that from men. And that is sex trafficking, rape, kidnap is all a part of that too, especially for
Yeah,
young men too. So like that is a real thing.
yeah, we don't.
Right. So yeah, bro, it's put to bed for me. You know, I'm night night on all them topics. Like I feel like we put it through, we put it to bed, we put it out there, we said what we had to say about it, and yeah, knocked it out. You know, if you fall down, get back up, dust yourself off, keep it moving, and don't let nobody take you to a point of feeling doubt within yourself. I'm adding that one on there. And rest
Facts.
your mind. I know that part.
Rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind.
There you go.
Don't rest your soul. Don't rest your ambition.
Yeah,
Which
yes,
one?
sir.
Don't rest your soul and don't rest your ambition.
Yes, sir. Hey.